The divorce email landed in my inbox halfway through a graveyard shift in Spokane General's EO. Subject line, "Let's be adults." Inside, a single PDF ending 13 years of marriage. Amber wrote she'd filed. She wrote she'd emptied our account. She wrote Tyler had already moved into the house I bought. I stared, typed one word, "understood," and closed the monitor. She thought that ended the story. She forgot one rule. I don't start fights. I finish them. I met Amber during freshman orientation. A wet September when the quad was all mud and hope. Her red hair flared beneath a plastic poncho. She talked faster than the rain could fall. I was the quiet pre-med kid who fixed dorm laptops for beer money. She assessed my hands, surgeon fingers, and I admired her comet energy. We were inseparable by semester's end, married at 24. Penniless, but certain. Our first house was a crooked 3-bed fixer we painted with borrowed rollers. The VA loan meant the deed was in my name, but every squeaky floorboard echoed her laugh. Amber graduated top of her accounting class. I pulled double shifts and anatomy all-nighters. We swore money would never turn poisonous. We swore honesty first, always. Year 3 crept in with small betrayals. Late texts she wouldn't show me. A gym membership that produced no sweaty towels. A brand new lock code on her phone. "I'm just stressed, Ryan," she'd say, kissing my forehead before I left for nights on the Trauma Bay. Wanting to trust is its own anesthetic, and I dosed heavy. Behind my comm I prepared. 10% of every paycheck slid into a solo credit union account. My mother's silver birth certificates and the house deed went to a $29 storage locker outside town. If the floor ever gave way, I'd land on something solid. On a brisk Friday, Samir, my oldest friend, dragged me to a gritty pub to toast his new pharmacy venture. IPA stung the air. Bass thudded ribs. Under neon, I recognized Amber instantly, hips welded to a crisp-jawed man in a gray hoodie. Tyler. Light splashed off her hair like sparks from a live wire. I thumbed my phone. "Where are you?" Her reply was instantaneous. "Home, missing you," even as she twirled beneath the strobe. I typed "stop lying," but let the message rot in drafts. At 3 a.m. she slept hard. I unlocked her phone with a new code: Tyler's birthday. Hundreds of chat screenshots of my shift schedule, body pics. Worthless husband can't satisfy. Our vows were bonfire fuel in pixel form. I didn't yell. I cataloged. Evidence is ice. Ice weights. Sunday breakfast tasted of gunpowder. I placed the phone on the table. "Why?" was all I asked. Amber spun full theater shouts of control, danger, toxicity, and dialed 911. She told officers I'd broken things, screamed threats. They escorted me out while neighbors peeked through blinds. Group chats blew up. Monster, abuser, creep. Tyler narrative managed every thread. Monday, HR emailed. Administrative leave pending investigation. She hadn't just stolen my home. She hijacked my name. Within days she filed for divorce. Demanded assets and a restraining order. Tyler moved in. My dog starred in his selfies. I took a spare room at my sister's and tasted humiliation in every breath. Samir offered a lifeline ownership stake in his scaling pharmacy chain. I said yes. I lifted weights, lifted over time, lifted myself. Silence starved Amber's lies of oxygen. Rumor vines withered. 3 years later, an email pinged. "Just checking on you." Tyler had cheated, fled, left Amber with a screaming baby and a mountain of regrets. I answered, "Glad you're alive. Let's talk, bring honesty this time." We met in a cedar-scented cafe. Her mascara tried to mask sleepless nights. She spoke of betrayal, postpartum, loneliness. I slid a single-page contract across the table. 1. Record a public apology video clearing my name. 2. Weekly therapy, proof required. 3. 6 months of daylight dating, no intimacy, my terms. Tears smudged her signature, but ink dries faster than remorse. She uploaded the apology. Followers evaporated. We met for cautious coffees, 2 separate cars, safe topics. She mistook boundaries for hope. I remembered pain. Meanwhile, my heart boarded every red-eye to Berlin, where Lena Samir's cousin lit up my screen with violins and skyline sunsets. Amber dreamed rings. I drafted closure. Her birthday neared. She texted endless diamonds. I let her pick one. She sobbed at the jeweler. I paid cash. I invited her to Oak Ridge Reserve, our college picnic spot. In the trunk, champagne, cupcakes, and a second ring. Lena landed the night before, hidden in Samir's loft. At the clearing, pines whispered. Lena waited by an old cairn. Amber froze. Introductions were clinical. Amber my past, Lena my future. I knelt, opened Lena's box, asked her to marry me. She whispered yes. River stones held the echo. Amber's scream ripped sky. Accusations of hypocrisy, insanity. I answered calm. You taught me how stories warp. I wrote a better one. Samir stepped between us. Amber's voice cracked against the trees. We left cupcakes for the squirrels. Samir's drone footage hit shorts. 500,000 views in a day. Amber's prior apology played picture-in-picture with her new meltdown. Lawyers threatened. My attorney responded with dates and signatures. Silence followed. Tyler resurfaced selling Amber's belongings online. Rumors said he disowned paternity. Amber's midnight stories, empty wine glasses, ripped self-help quotes. I banked down payments, planned Berlin. Lena questioned my revenge fixation. You already won. When do we live? Sometimes victory tastes like ash. We parted gently, no fight, just oceans and ghosts. She kept the ring. I kept the lesson. Scout, a lopsided-eared rescue, filled the quiet. Evenings smelled of pine and forgiveness. December snow coated everything mute. Amber's thick envelope arrived, 6 pages of confession, a photo of her son in dinosaur pajamas, a final plea. I read twice. Scout nudged my knee. I stuck the photo on the mantle. Innocence deserves sanctuary. My reply was one line. Your son doesn't deserve our war. No return address. Past documents went into an attic box labeled archive. Life narrowed sweetly. Dawn coffee, Scout's leash, crunching frost. Chaos for a stranger's chance at tomorrow. Sunset spilled lava over ridges. Paperback softened edges of memory. Samir's chain stretched statewide. He offered board seats. I chose friendship. I stood best man at his wedding, toasted the compound interest of kindness. Lena's postcards arrived from Nepal, Peru, Iceland, chasing light. I pinned them beside a Navy wife's thank you letter. Wall of pain turned purpose. February drizzle. A domestic abuse victim shivered on my gurney. I clasped her hand. You're not crazy. You're in a storm. Her eyes met mine. Storm recognizes storm. Off shift at 5 a.m., mountains etched violet against a bruised sky. Scout hurled a tennis ball at my feet. I threw. It vanished in fresh snow. He unearthed it triumphant. I laughed, first honest laugh in years. On the porch, steam curled from my coffee. Divorce decree. Police reports. Viral clips, memories, not chains. I whispered to the cold. I never start fights. I just live long enough to finish them. Scout deposited the slobbered ball, eyes bright for another round. I smiled, sipped, and threw again.